Hello, I'm Sarah and today I'm going to be making some pork fried rice. Yummy! This is another one of these recreations on the What's for Dinner baggies from Pak'n Save. This is the one that I assumed would be the closest to that $20 mark that you pay for the bags, because pork is not cheap, especially if you buy it diced, which is, you know, how it was. However, at Pak'n Save I saw some of this stuff. It's a couple of pork steaks, 530 grams worth. It was $10 and it was reduced down to $6.50. Freeze or eat within 24 hours. So, you know, that's not bad. Right, excuse the jug boiling in the background, but just while I'm waiting for that water to boil, I'm going to start chopping up these pork steaks. Now, you want to chop them up. You know, fried rice, you want them to be reasonably thinnish. Just going to chop them up into nice little strips. Trim off a little bit of the really fatty bits. So I'm going to put, the original recipe said 4 cups of water and 2 cups of rice. I'm actually going to put 2.5 cups of rice because that's what normally feeds the 5 of us. Now, first of all, just to give this a really yummy flavour, if you have homemade veggie stock, then by all means use that, boil the rice in that, yummo. Otherwise, I've just got a couple of OXO cubes, just vegetable stock cubes. I'm going to crumble them into a pot and I'm going to put the boiling water into here and just mix it up with that stock. So of course you want twice as much water as you've got rice. And just going to put that on the stove top to start boiling. Now as soon as that starts boiling, just turn the heat off, put a lid on and just let the rice cook from there. Trust me, it will cook brilliantly. Now going to dice up an onion, going to grate a carrot, chop up a broccoli into florets. The original recipe did call for a red onion, but brown onions are just cheaper. So I do like red onions, but I'm going with the cheap option today. Yeah, just because I don't like wasting, I just like to slice the skin off the broccoli stem and use that as well. Right, those lovely veggies. Now, we're also meant to use a can of corn kernels in this recipe, which I don't have in the pantry. However, I do have a bag of frozen corn, which I'll work it out. It probably works out cheaper to use anyway. Right, so we're just going to heat up a frying pan with a bit of oil, and then going to crack 3 eggs into the pan and just quickly give them a scramble up and then remove them from the pan. So now I've made a mess of the pan. I'm going to add just another little dollop of oil. Going to add either 2 cloves of garlic or 2 teaspoons of crushed garlic into the pan. And we're also going to throw in our veggies. I sort of want to give these a good stir fry for about 3 to 5 minutes, as I say, depending on how well you want it cooked. Alright, now that's starting to soften up a little bit. I'm going to throw the pork in there. At this point you can go in with a bit of salt and pepper if you wish. Right, and when that pork is looking cooked, I'm going to go in there with the corn kernels. I actually just measured out 300 grams. The cans you get are about 410 grams, but generally about 50% of that is water. So, so I put about 300 grams of corn in there. Your rice should be ready. Look at that. Notice how it kind of gets little, looks like bubbles going through it. That's smelling good. So we're going to add the rice in with this mixture. Mix all that in. You get bonus points for making your stovetop messy. That's part of it. We want about 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. Doesn't really matter what kind. Mix that in. Oh, and don't forget the egg that you scrambled up earlier. Gonna chuck that in there. And just mix it all. Yep. Mix it all together as best you can. I'm judging looking at this pot full actually that we're gonna have leftovers for lunch tomorrow. Maybe. Depending on how much the gannets quaff.
Which will be a lot.
Man, I'm getting a lot of messy stovetop bonus points today. Alright, look at that. Alright, I'm gonna taste a bit of the pork. I mean the pork, it's a little bit more fatty than the pre-cut slices that you got from Pak'n Save, but it's not as sort of thick and chewy, so it's got a much nicer texture. Hang on, I'll go in with the rest of it, bear with. That is just a lovely, typical Chinese fried rice taste to it. I mean, you know, if you want to add a little bit more soy sauce or whatever. The broccoli, my husband will tell you the broccoli isn't quite cooked enough, but in a proper fried rice, it is quite al dente, isn't it? So I mean, that's how it's meant to be. It's not nearly as greasy as a Chinese takeaway.
It certainly smells like you've actually gone out and bought dinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give him a minute.
That is good. That is like the bought stuff. That is actually
Here we
good.
go. It's not as greasy though.
No, it's not. That's quite good.
But I mean, yeah, it does take me right back to the days when I may have gone out and actually bought Chinese takeaway, because there once was a day.
I haven't
but not
had
for
this
ages.
for years. This is great.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, you know.
Well, since I got it from the Pak'n Save bag.
Yeah, yummy.
But yeah, it's not an overpowering taste. It's just your nice, what you expect from a Chinese takeout. Just your nice typical taste. So yeah, people hit like, leave me a comment, subscribe, and make some fried rice fake away. Oh yeah.